What's going on, guys? Jay the Black here. Salute to everyone tuning in. I want to talk about a very sad story that is trending all over social media, and it tells you the cost of Hollywood and what happens, especially with someone like Hayden, who spent most of her life in Hollywood acting and grew up in the industry. A lot of us grew up watching her in various television shows and movies, and she passed away. This went viral last night, but nobody knew exactly what happened. Like, no one knew exactly what could have caused it. But apparently, it's due to an apparent overdose. That's according to reports out of Greenville, South Carolina. That is where she is from. That's why this kind of hits hard. You know, it's close to a state where I am from. So seeing this type of story is there's a lot of layers to this, because she's someone who dealt with addiction, apparently dealt with alcohol abuse, dealt with various bad and damaging relationships, and there's just a lot of things about her, what she went through. You know, we're going to get into, but we're also going to get more into the details of what happened to her. But again, this is the cost of someone who grew up in the 90s, 2000s in the Hollywood spotlight, being on soap operas, then going to popular television show. I remember her being on Law and Order SVU. She was on an episode of there, and that episode it highlighted something about her journey in Hollywood and things that she went through. I mean, y'all have to see it. Just check out the SVU episode with her then. It's a weird episode. So with Hayden, we now have confirmed reports as to what happened, because a lot of people didn't know. People were blaming an ex-boyfriend could be involved, but apparently it was an apparent overdose, according to the reports coming out of Greenville. Let's get into this article. New details have been revealed about the last moments of Hayden Panettiere's life. Police officers and EMS personnel responded to reports of an unresponsive female, later identified as 36-year-old Hayden, at a residence in Greenville, South Carolina, at around 1:51 p.m. local time on Sunday. The Greenville Police Department previously confirmed to People. Authorities were alerted to the medical emergency by a 911 call from a friend of the Scream actress, TMZ reported. Citing law enforcement sources, the identity of the caller has not been shared publicly at the time. According to the outlet, first responders attempted to resuscitate Hayden using advanced cardiac life support. In addition to CPR, this involved special medicines, breathing tubes, and heart rhythm tracking. Hayden was reportedly pronounced dead at 2:32 p.m. as chest compressions administered by paramedics were also unable to revive her. According to the dispatch audio obtained by People, officials were heard discussing an overdose and cardiac arrest around the time of Hayden's death. The Greenville Police Department and Greenville County Coroner's Office are leading the investigation into her death. The preliminary investigation has not indicated any signs of foul play or suspicious circumstances. A spokesperson for the Greenville Police Department said in a statement obtained by People, an acquaintance of Ms. Hayden placed the 911 call. Police confirmed People that Hayden's official cause of death won't be released until after an autopsy. They did not confirm claims that the advanced cardiac life support techniques were used to revive her. After starring in ABC soap opera One Life to Live in '94, Hayden had a high-profile role in Heroes, Nashville, and the Scream franchise. She leaves behind an 11-year-old daughter, Kaya, shared with former fiancé Waldemir Klitschko. She leaves behind an 11-year-old daughter, Kaya, shared with former fiance Vladimir Klitschko. Listen, people, this is again the dangers. You're seeing a lot of deaths in Hollywood, but we also seen deaths of younger actors and actresses, people who are in that industry. Also in music as well, hip hop especially. A lot of people go through a lot of things, and some of these deaths have been overdoses. We've seen one in the NBA. We had an NBA player who OD'd. He OD'd. That was the official report. It's just a lot. There's a lot going on with people, and they turn to substances to self-medicate due to what they've been through. And if you look at Hayden's life and career, she recently looks like wrote a book. Now, she wrote a book titled "This Is Me, A Reckoning." It was actually published in May of this year. And some of the topics that she covered was childhood stardom, reflecting on her beginning career before walking, and the intense pressures of growing up in Hollywood, because it's definitely pressured. It's a lot of pressure because someone's always looking to take your spot. Personal struggles. She details her battles with postpartum depression, addiction, and recovery. She also discussed navigating toxic relationships, family loss, and reclaiming her personal narrative. There are people who believe that she was exposing Hollywood with her book. I just think that she had a lot going on, and you just never know when someone is still doing well or if they're off the wagon. It's no way of knowing, right? There's somebody that still was this young, 36 years old, millennial. A lot of us millennials grew up knowing her, seeing her grow up. We grew up around the same time. She's like one of the faces of millennials, especially in Hollywood, because she's been in so many different things over the years. Like she's constantly had work over the years. She's constantly been doing things. And the fact that she apparently did not have custody of her daughter, and they said that she was trying to fight to get her daughter back. She just has not been in the right place over the years. And maybe the book was her way of trying to get her life in a better spot. I talked about this with athletes. Like we've seen athlete deaths. There's been OD issues. A lot of people go through things that we don't even know. And that's why it's important to be able to separate the Hollywood life from who she was. Now, I want to go to this excerpt from this article from page 6. And they talk about her having a C-section. She had a 3-hour surgery after C-section and 7 blood transfusions back in 2014. This is when she was having her daughter. And she was so traumatized by it. She said that she felt nothing when she first met her baby. She said she felt nothing. She said she seemed like someone else's baby, not mine. I had always heard that mothers feel an instant rush of love the moment that they laid their eyes on their baby, but I felt nothing, she penned in the book. That is very interesting. And I think that may contribute to why the child wasn't with her, because, maybe the connection just never got better over the years. Maybe at the latter part, but according to what she said, when she first had the child, she felt nothing. She also said Kaya was just there, and now I had to figure out how to bond with her. It felt like an insurmountable task, and I was only on the first day, the Nashville alum added. Panettiere said that she turned to alcohol in the weeks following Kaya's birth, drinking a bottle of wine a night before finishing a mini bottle of Fireball the next morning. The first thing I thought of when I woke up was alcohol, not my child, not my job, and not the rest of my life. I needed to drink to function at 6 a.m., she wrote in her memoir. When Kaya was 4 months old, between seasons 3 and 4 of Nashville, I went into treatment for the first time, leaving her with her father, she added. It was hugely expensive facility devoted to one-on-one care, and I had a doctor and I had an army of experts ready, willing, and able to cater to my every need. Trust me, it's easier to detox and recover when you are being treated like a queen. It was too far from the real world to give me perspective. Panettiere said that thought that she left the facility clean and sober, though there seemed to be no solution to her postpartum depression. Said also went home in denial. The idea that a little liquor could take me down or rule my life seemed impossible for a tough girl like her, she wrote. So that is some of the things that she wrote in her art, in her book, man. There's a lot to unpack there. She, not only did she deal with things in Hollywood, but you also, as far as childbirth and what she went through there and trying to bond and dealing with alcohol. There are people who may believe that maybe she wasn't sober recently. We'll never know, but it's still sad nonetheless. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts, like this video and share it. Rest easy to Hayden Panettiere. I'll see y'all next one.